Oi my friends, this is Arthuss and today I want to share my thoughts on the current state of Timewalking and legacy set bonuses. So if you saw my previous video, the one that is titled Back into WoW, you already know that I've been away from this game for almost 2 years and I don't have any idea when some of these changes have been implemented, and so I'm not taking that into account. So right about it, for me the time walking. First, I'm gonna say what I like about the time walking, and then I'm gonna say what I don't like about time walking. And the first thing is about what I like of time walking is the fact that weapons and stuff that you couldn't use before, or you could but would not be as effective, you can use again in these dungeons or even the raids. And with that I mean like the legendary cloak from Mist of Pandaria, the weapons like Gerfalak, the Voice of the Depths, that it's a drop from Deathwing, the Warglaives of Azeroth from Illidan and the Black Temple, and so on. These kinds of weapons, they don't stop working as you level up, they just like lose their effectiveness, and that's why it's just so cool that you can use them. And that's pretty much what I like about time walking, because I started playing WoW on Blizzard on Cataclysm, and before that I've only played on private servers. And then when I finally made my warrior on my first ever warrior on Blizzard, the thing I wanted the most was to reach level 85 and get myself a Gerfalak and be like killing everyone and everything with that and proccing those tentacles, and they start mind flaying everything, and that would make me like really happy. But unfortunately I made my war more towards the end of the expansion and I couldn't get in time. I wasn't really going to raids. I was a completely noob in the game. I would like only PvP and stuff. I started raiding, really started getting into raiding on Mist of Pandaria, and more towards the end of it I really started raiding on Siege of Orgrimmar. And yeah, being able to take my warrior and use the Gerfalak and proccing all those tentacles and getting that insane damage is just amazing. Feels really good. And another thing that I can do is to take my rogue, which is my main, and using the legendary cloak along with the Warglaives of Azeroth. It's also amazing seeing the procs and the effective against demons and stuff. But this week we came to Wrath of the Lich King time walking, and so the glaives of Azeroth are not and like worth using anymore. And so what I think about using, and this is where I get into what I don't like about time walking, that actually doesn't really have to do with time walking, but it could work on time walking, is the legacy set bonuses that they just disabled. And I know they disabled that because people were getting set bonuses from previous expansions and like using a set and that would buff an ability, and using that ability that would grant you one of your skills for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. I think that was something that happened with paladins and stuff. I think you would get like Avenging Wrath for like 40 seconds was a set bonus, and then the people, they were quickly swap into the current expansion gear and then start a fight and like be ahead of other people because of that. And if, I might be wrong, but I think that's one of the reasons why they disabled the legacy set bonuses. But back into the being on my rogue. Okay, what I thought. So Warglaives are not good anymore. Let's use the legendary daggers from Cataclysm. That'll be amazing. But guess what? They are legacy set. they are disabled. And what's the fucking point of using them, you know? If the big deal of the daggers was the proc, and now you can't even use the proc because it's disabled. I mean, I'm okay with you disabling the set bonuses for the present expansion, but you could enable them or like create a lock according to the level. I mean, you would be able to use the items from the expansion that is happening on the Timewalking. If you're like level 70, then the set bonuses from Burning Crusade will work. If you're level 80, scaled to level 80 from the Wrath of the Lich King Timewalking, then sets of the Wrath of the Lich King will work, and so on. I think that it would be a good change to be made, so we could use the items that, well, it took some time to an effort, you know, to get the stuff that we have, and it would be good to be able to use it and not just leave like. I mean, what's the point of having the storage at the moment, like the bank, your personal bank? What the fuck are you going to store there? Like back on I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Cataclysm or Mob, that you had that ethereal like storage where you would pay to store more stuff on it, and I think that doesn't even exist anymore because we really don't need that much storage, because we're just like the items, the old items, we used to have to store them on the bank so you could use them for transmogs, and now you don't even need that. They're just like appearances. So come on, activate the stuff when we can actually use it, so we can even use the space, you know. And I know some people use it like alts for and bank storage for keeping stuff like reagents and those kinds of stuff, but that's really annoying. And I also researched a little bit about on the forums and stuff, and there were people saying like, oh, if they disable the items, is that because you shouldn't be speedrunning Timewalking dungeons? Ah, come on, dude. The people that are gonna try to speedrun Timewalking are people that spend weeks or maybe months preparing for that, because you're not gonna get your best in slots for the Timewalking in 1 week. You're gonna have to get your best in slot items, you're gonna have to gem them, you're gonna make gems for it, you're gonna have to enchant those items, you know. You're gonna spend some time. If you are able to speed run Timewalking dungeons, that's because you've grinded for that, okay? So I think that's totally valid stuff to enable those set bonuses to the Timewalking dungeons. That's my the only thing I don't like, because it's good to be doing the Timewalking, going back to those dungeons, being scaled down, and actually getting rewards, because last week we had the Burning Crusade Timewalking and we got a cache with a 445, which is from normal Nyalofa, and this week we also got a cache from normal Nyalofa, and it's really good to be able to gear your alt and your characters by doing some old stuff and using items that you will actually have fun. Because, well, we don't really have the like cool items. I mean, on Legion we have the each class legendaries, but not everyone has those. It's the same thing with the legendary cloak and so on. But it will enable, or it will allow people to have more fun while doing these things. So that's my whole point on the video. So let me know, what do you think about Timewalking dungeons? Do you have fun doing them? What are you using to have fun? and what you miss using, like what they are not letting you use, what set is disabled, what legacy set I mean, and that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.